About that, ladies and gentlemen, we're just trying to get some technical issues. We want the stream to be as smooth for you as we possibly can. We're having a little bit of an issue there, so work with us. But I think that we're good to go now. We got the prediction. Magic says the pineapples in 5. We've got everybody in the lobby. Rocker Dad, are we ready to get this going? Yes, we are. What about you, Magic Pepperoni? Are you ready to get this going? Because it's not starting.
I am ready. I can't wait to see how these two teams compare to each other because on paper they're pretty much equals. So we'll see who's actually the better team on the day.
There we go. And we are going to get directly into it, ladies and gentlemen. The first kickoff of this best of 5 series, Galaxy versus the Pineapples. As Alex is going to get the early dunk, Michael trying to get it out of his corner. He does get it out into the midfield. Bomb going to take it away from him. He gets the shot. He sends a lobber on net. Doodle getting in front of it. Doodle there. He's going to take it up the sidewall. Doodle with the follow. Gets another touch. He doesn't have anything else. He leaves it for Michael up to Reiki. Alex on his backboard. Alex with the carry. Gets it past Michael Doodle to talk it up. Bomb is there looking for a pass. No, he takes a shot, but it's off. Reiki going to get in front of it. Cool Kyle off of the backboard gets stopped by Michael. We're seeing a lot of back and forth so far within this first minute, Magic Pepperoni. It's hard to say which team has more pressure at this point. Nobody really putting up any sort of actual numbers.
Yeah, but you can see the physicality coming through both teams. We already had one demo in the midfield, but a lot of aggressive rotations rotating through their opponent's net as looking for a little bit of mechanical play from Reiki. And how physical can you get? The air jewel bump. A little sweaty, but it's 1-0 all but nonetheless.
You'll love to see it. He takes control of the situation, gets the bump on Cool Kyle, putting it past him. You love to see it opening up like that in the first minute. Galaxy making a statement. Pineapples gonna need to step up their game if they're gonna want to keep up with these guys. Michael and Alex gonna 50. The ball's down to Bomb. Hits it up to Doodle. Doodle trying to follow it. Cool Kyle to take it away from him. Cool Kyle getting bumped, not able to follow the ball. Michael putting it off of the backboard. Bomb missing the touch, and Doodle is there. He's going to sink it in an open net.
I mean, just complete overcommit. Looks like Kyle was not in control of that ball. And then I'm not sure who the second man was. I think it was Alex. Kind of tried to dive in and relieve the situation from being any disaster, but it just made it worse, and Bomb can't make the read. So Galaxy, nice 2-0 start. Not much work to be done on their own. Kind of some mistakes going through, and Reiki with a nice play to give him a 2-goal lead early on.
Michael trying to get a shot on net. Not able to generate much offensive power. Doodle almost finding a ricochet shot, sneaking one past, but the defense of the Pineapples pick up on it. Alex, 50's in the mid. Gets pinched all the way across to the other side, rolling up the wall. Cool Kyle's there. He gets a shot, but Doodle makes an easy save. Doodle getting a flick past Bomb in the midfield. Doodle again, but can't get it through Alex. Out of the corner, Michael's there. It's going to bounce off the post, but Reiki to finish things off. Now, Galaxy leading by 3.
Yeah, Pineapple's kind of asleep on defense. Bomb, another crucial whiff. That's the second one in a row and the second goal in a row resulting from the whiff. I mean, at what point do you have to just change your play style? Because sitting in the net and waiting for them to shoot the ball at you as they're doing right now, it's not really working.
It's certainly not working. They still got almost half a game. Bomb with the clapback, getting the assist off of Alex.
I mean, that's just a good touch from Alex. He's the first to it off the kickoff, and Bomb, he's making up for the whiffs, cuts at least half of them off the scoreboard, and puts it back in a 2-goal game. And kickoff goals are definitely a way you can get back from a 3-0 deficit this early on in the game.
It certainly is, and I was wondering if we were going to see Alex show up at all tonight. If it's the same Alex from last season, he played on the Melons. He was on the prospect team, so he actually jumped over Challenger entirely, went straight into the rival league. So I was really interested to see how he was going to be performing in the rival league. Bomb catching another assist, this time off of Cool Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, Alex is cracked out of his mind, but when he can sit back playing the third man and watch his teammates go to work, that is just perfectly executed, attacking the net. Doodle doesn't have a prayer. And just like that, it's a 1-goal game. The Pineapples slowing down things and playing their game, playing their style, and it's working.
Certainly is, and they've got plenty of time now that they've been able to find the net twice in quick succession. They are only down by one with over 2 minutes left on the clock. Doodle with a soft touch out to the middle. Reiki's there, puts it a little bit high, trying to follow it up. Bomb gonna stuff that one out. Cool Kyle to take control, gets beat out by Doodle, who puts it out of the corner. Bomb missing his touch, but Reiki just a little bit too slow. Puts it off the backboard. Michael gonna finish it for him. And now Galaxy once again up by 2.
I mean, that all started from the demo coming through on the back line, and then another whip comes through from Bomb, as you pointed out, and it just made too much pressure for 3 people sitting flat-footed in the net, no boost, easy shot for the attacker, and just like that, back to 2-goal lead for the Pineapples, or excuse me, for Galaxy.
We'll have to see if the Pineapples are able to recover from this. They still got a lot of life left in them, I'm sure. Bomb taking a shot. Doodle there to make the stop, though. Reiki looking for the double. Doesn't need it, as the ball is just going to bounce off post and go in. Once again, Galaxy commanding this game with a 3-point lead.
Reiki with the hat trick, just a pre-flip, and gets the perfect slot into the back left where the goalie cannot get there in time. And Galaxy kind of heating up here after a little comeback attempt from the Pineapples. It is shut down instantly and back to a 3-goal lead.
Now, whatever mistakes Galaxy made that allowed Pineapples to get those 2 quick goals, they completely shut that down. They closed that hole, and they are back on their offense, which is seemingly so incredible so far just in this first game. I'm interested to see how the rest of it goes. Michael with a huge boom on Bomb, and his teammate just not able to get an accurate shot on net there, Magic. I mean, that they were about to just completely take over with that goal.
I mean, Reiki had a good play going, gets bumped to the ceiling, and uses the reset to actually get another touch off the backboard, and almost finds a clip, but just couldn't get the angle down with no boost left to go. So, I mean, I don't think it'll end up mattering, but it does kind of show you that this Galaxy team is here to play, and even right there, with the ball halfway in their net, they can't get one, is the Pineapples. So, I guess it's chalk it up and go to game 2, because they're getting assaulted on defense right now.
Yeah, it's definitely looking more and more like one of those situations. In the final 30 seconds, Pineapples have to find the net 3 times to even send this thing into overtime. So this is probably one of those situations where you're just going to keep going, but you've already put this game behind you. You're already looking forward to game number 2, trying to get as much momentum in the final seconds of this game as you can to carry on over. Doodle trying to do the exact opposite, slow things down and run the clock out. The final seconds tick down. Galaxy only need the ball to touch the ground to officially claim game number 1 as a victory.
Yeah, and I mean, I do want to point out Cart not playing in this game, by far their highest MMR player. So that might be playing a little bit of a role in being blown out in game 1 by Galaxy. This is a team I projected to win the series, but that's with Cart in the starting roster, and we'll see if they can overcome the adversity that is before them. With Galaxy playing really well, Reiki is feeling himself mechanically, and his teammates are molding perfectly around him. We'll see how they bounce back in game 2, because you do not want to go to a reverse sweep situation on stream for your first stream match of the season without your starting roster.
That's true, and I think the Pineapples, that little light that they showed us in game number 1 there, where they got the 2 quick goals, I think if they could highlight that and try and extend that, what they did there, finding each other, finding the pass plays, finding the backboard, and keeping the rotations tight, I think that they can actually put up a good match against this Galaxy roster. But if they're not careful, Galaxy, just like this right here, if they're not careful, Galaxy is going to run away with this one quickly.
I mean, this is just bad positioning by Cool Kyle there. You can see both his teammates committed for the ball, and he just wanders up the midfield. And Michael, he's all over the ball. You cannot have that happen so early on in the game. And whether it's roster issues or not, they're not used to this 3 being set. Either way, you gotta have enough Rocket League sense to not kind of creep up right there. So we'll see if they can recover from their mistakes and show the potential that we know this team has.
Doodle in the mid. Bomb going to try and take control. Cool Kyle having a 50. Doodle back on it. The ball bounces up. Michael trying to find Reiki. He does. Reiki back to Michael. Michael can't get the shot through. It's going to bounce off of the defender's car. But seeing Galaxy set up that pass play right there, Magic, that is dangerous. This is already, a little bit of a mistake, though, on the defensive side. Is Cool Cow going to sneak one through?
Yeah, it's just a mistouch from Doodle is all it is. He tries to get the pinch off the sidewall. He knows he's third man. Has to make something happen to buy time. And what he ends up doing is pass it right to the midfield. And Cool Kyle, he let the last one go through. He is going to capitalize on the Doodle mistake and tie us back up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I know that mistake all too well myself, Magic. I make that mistake all the time, especially being a heavy third man. I got it. You got it. Sometimes you just got to make the touch, and sometimes it doesn't work out for you. As oh my, Galaxy almost finding another mechanical goal there, but Pineapple's doing a lot better so far, Magic. Just in general, they haven't let Galaxy through as much, and they're keeping this a tied game right now.
Yeah, whenever Galaxy slows things down and plays their rotations, they are hard to beat. But whenever they kind of creep up a little too much, overcommit a little too much, you can see the counterattacks from Pineapple start to take form. Back pass does come through, and buying a lot of time. Here's Alex, but getting bumped off the ball. That's what they want to see him do in this team. He's a very mechanical player, as you mentioned, a former, really an all-star for the Melons. So you would love to see him come into his own on the Pineapples and carry this team to a huge win over Galaxy.
We'll see if he's able to do just that. This Cool Kyle gonna miss his touch. Alex gonna get the clear, sending it all the way down, bouncing up in the corner of Galaxy. Cool Kyle's there. He gets the touch, tries to pancake it, but Reiki's there to clear it off to the side. Reiki with the mistouch does get the bump on Alex, allowing Michael to come in and get a touch on the ball. Doodle's there off the backboard. Reiki can't get in front of the ball. Michael in the midfield finding Doodle. The mistouch comes out. Cool Kyle gonna take possession. Cool Kyle trying to slow things down in the corner. Alex is there to help him out. Reiki sending it off to the side with the double touch. Sends it over the midline. Reiki again looking for the double touch in. You can't give that man space. He's just gonna destroy it.
He just 1v3'd the entire length of the field. Gets to the perfect double tap off sidewall into the double tap off the backboard. I mean, we know he's capable of this. This is Reiki. Everybody knows the name, and he's making sure the Pineapples remember the name.
Yeah, and it's looking like it might be a Reiki season so far. I mean, this man is looking insane. It looks like he went and did all his reps last week, and he is just out here crushing. And I mean, that's not even to take away from the rest of the Galaxy roster either. I mean, they're kind of quiet right now, and he's definitely standing out among them, but Doodle has been a defensive powerhouse so far during this match. Cool Kyle getting his second goal and putting Pineapples on his back here, Magic Pepperoni, keeping them alive right now.
Yeah, looked like a mistouch off backboard into a double commit. Michael doesn't get the touch as he comes to the ground, and another easy goal for Cool Kyle. He just puts it in. So it is how we pointed out how this Pineapples team has to play the series, wait for the over-aggression to come through, and the double commits that do eventually happen when you play such a fast play style as Galaxy does. So tie game, and we'll see if Pineapples can get some kind of offense of their own, some hard-earned goals.
Yeah, they're really going to need to do something, as this Galaxy roster is just looking too hot. You cannot let them get control of this ball. And they've been doing a pretty good job so far. Reiki is here with it, gets the touch. Oh my! It gets over Cool Kyle, and then Doodle with that disgusting pinch.
I mean, that's just disgusting. That's unlucky. Top corner. What can you do?
Wow. Yeah, that's true. That's just, what can you do about that? Well, you just got to move on to the next. Galaxy taking the lead 3-2 now with 1:20 left on the clock. Pineapples, though, looking very capable here in game number 2. Wouldn't be surprised if they're able to find a bucket here pretty quick to tie us back up, as they've been doing pretty much this entire game too. Michael in the corner, gonna follow it. Bomb sends it all the way out. Alex is there, beats out the defender. Doodle out of the corner, straight to Cool Kyle, up to Michael, who booms it all the way across. Reiki just jumped a little too early, couldn't get up to that ball. Gonna miss another touch. Michael there. Doodle pops it up, but not able to follow it. Reiki's there off the backboard, can't get an accurate shot on net. Doodle trying to follow, trying to carry. Bomb's there. It looks like 3 players there, but nobody really gets a good touch on the ball. Cool Kyle with the low 50, but can't get it past the second defender. 30 seconds remain as Reiki sends it. Oh, narrowly missing. Hitting off the post. Bomb pancakes it in his own backboard. Alex there to clear it away. 17 seconds left on the clock. Reiki, Bomb taking it away. Pineapples need to do something here and now, or they are looking to go down 2-0 in the series. Final seconds. Alex out of the corner. Alex gonna lose out to Reiki. Reiki getting it through and putting it in, rubbing some salt in the wound with a last-second goal.
When Reiki's feeling himself, there's not much you can do, and whether that was a hard-earned goal or not doesn't really matter. 1 second left to go. It's just a formality here on kickoff as a 2-0 series lead for Galaxy. And I mean, really a 2-0 series lead for Reiki. This guy just hard carried this last game and just willed the Galaxy across the finish line in what was a close game. Some overcommits coming through made it a lot tighter than you'd probably expect after watching the game 1 scoreline, but Reiki was having none of it. And he's going to end this game 2 with a 2-goal win and a 2-goal performance. And now we go to game 3. Pineapples, it's now or never. I really want to see Alex step up with the mechanics. We saw a flip reset attempt come through. It didn't really come into any promising shot effort. And it will be a 2-0 series lead for Galaxy heading to game 3.
Yeah, this is a tough position to be in if you're a Pineapple. I don't envy them at all. I've been in it far too many times. And I mean, to be honest, them being able to reverse sweep Galaxy, I think Galaxy's playing too good for that to happen. Maybe they can make it happen. You know, I would love to see it, love to see the game 5, but I think Galaxy is just feeling themselves. I think they're in that groove, and I think they're going to be unstoppable. And I mean, we keep shouting out Reiki, but Doodle has been doing a really good job on the goal line and in the midfield. He's been making a lot of stops in the midfield and finding a way to feed it, not only to Reiki but to Michael as well. And if they keep that up, I mean, Pineapples are going to be hard pressed in this final game, or what might possibly be this final game.
Yeah, and really you got to see some backward defense from the Pineapples, because that double tap never happens if you don't have 2 or 3 people sitting in net. So I do want to see them change how they play against the attack coming through. It's a lot of bang off backboard and wait for the second man to have the shot come on for Galaxy. So a backboard defender would do worlds of help to relieve some pressure and maybe get some counterattack goals coming through, and they don't need a counterattack if Doodle's going to be the... I mean, he's been playing great defense, as you mentioned, but just everybody misses eventually, and unlucky for Doodle, that was that time.
Yeah, I mean, that's nothing else you can do except for go for that. And if you miss it, I mean, you got an empty net, just as we saw. Alex not going to miss a shot like that. I don't think really any rival player is going to miss a shot that easy. I think even most novice players could put that one in. Cool Kyle getting the flip reset, but not able to generate anything off of it. As Bomb's going to get a big stop there in the box. Reiki trying to keep it alive. Bomb down to Alex. Alex with the boop to send it across. Michael putting it out. Alex in the midfield. Up to Doodle. And we're getting a bunch of back and forth ping pong so far. Reiki coming in. That was dangerous, but he's not going to make the touch. Bomb to get that one out off of the backboard. Nobody from Galaxy was back, but likewise, nobody from Pineapples was up. Cool Kyle finding an open net. Galaxy looking like they're in chaos defensively this game.
Yeah, demo comes through. Reiki tries to touch it upfield to get back to it, but just way too powerful, and it's right to Cool Kyle, who just finishes off the play as Doodle's on the sidewall, so nobody in net with the demo coming through. And just like that, Pineapples looking like their old selves that we saw in week 1, a team that actually had a better performance if you go game by game, as I think they only dropped the 3 games, and we'll see how they do handling this reverse sweep situation. If they have any more life in them, because a 2-0 start is very nice to see.
Yeah, that's precisely what they needed to start getting back into the groove, and there we go. Alex, out of nowhere, gonna take advantage of what looked to be a pass from Doodle.
I mean, a little ground pitch. Nonetheless, Alex puts a powerful enough shot where the defensive player racing back can't do it. And that is 2 minutes gone by or so, a minute and a half gone by, and a 3-goal deficit for an offense that we know Galaxy is capable of coming back with how much firepower they have. So let's see if they can get it cooking before it's too late.
Yeah, they're gonna need to, because I don't know if you remember. Well, I'm sure you do remember. In game one, we saw that little glimmer of what we're seeing with the Pineapples right now. It was like 2 goals within 30 or 45 seconds, quick succession, and now we're seeing that again. And if Galaxy's not careful, oh, they're gonna run up the score. Cool Kyle finding his second goal of game number 3.
I mean, where's the defense? Michael's by himself for a solid 10 seconds. Doodle and Reiki nowhere to be seen. And that's just an easy beat on one man and then an open net. So Galaxy, they need to focus on their defense before they worry about scoring. They're going to be down 6-0 before they get on offense.
Yeah, to be honest, this is crazy to see Galaxy for the first 2 games pretty much shut down the Pineapples offense almost entirely, to go from that to getting scored on 4 times in 2 minutes. That is a stark contrast. But will Galaxy be able to pull it back? They still have time.
Oh.
Doodle finding the pass in the mid or in front of the net, but Cool Kyle with some huge, oh man, Alex coming through. I think that is, yes, a hat trick for the boy.
That was such a great pass by Reiki down to Doodle, but an even better save coming through. And then another easy finish. Bomb with barely any stats going on, but still at 5-0. Just shows how good his teammates can be when they're clicking. And when you hit Bomb come online, you know this is going to be a scary roster. 5-0 right now. The defense is not there for Galaxy.
No, they were not. I guess they were not anticipating Pineapples to be able to turn it on like this. To be 100% honest with you, I wasn't anticipating it either, but I'm loving it. Bomb with another one, extending the lead for Pineapples to 6.
I mean, every single time we've seen them get scored on, it's one person back who can't make a solid play, and the last 2 are nowhere to be seen. It needs to stop happening, or this is going to get real ugly. There's still 2 minutes left to play, Psycho, and Pineapples have doubled their scoreline from the entire series.
Yeah, they have. And they're on track for a 10-0 game if Galaxy is not careful. And to be honest, I don't think that you could ask for a better setup to a reverse sweep than starting off your first one 10-0. That would be insane. Reiki with the squishy save. Doodle putting it dangerously in front of his net. Bomb not going to go for that one, though. Doodle able to follow it up and clear it out. Alex is back, puts it down. Kyle catches it in the mid, out of the corner, but he can't finish the touch. The ball is going to get sent up to Doodle. Doodle getting it past almost everybody, but I don't think he can finish this off the backboard. Michael's there and going to finally sink it. Galaxy breathes life.
What am I watching, dude? This is Champ 1-3's gameplay. Nobody knows what to do. They're just diving at the ball. You can see 5 people and one little camera pan, and somehow that ball goes top right. And I mean, if anything, if you're the Pineapples, you're just telling yourself Brazil and brushing that goal to the side.
That's all I'm thinking as well. But that's not all Reiki's thinking, but he's not able to sink that one in. Cool Kyle to send it away. Michael missing his touch in the midfield. Reiki going up on the ceiling, trying to follow. Alex gonna beat him to it. Bomb 50's through. Bomb with the follow out of the corner of Galaxy. Gets the bump on Michael, but Cool Kyle a little late to the party. Alex trying to sink it his third. Doodle to send it away. Bomb getting up in the business, but he can't follow it up. Reiki gonna take possession in the midfield. Gets the second touch off the sidewall. Alex taking his time, gonna get demoed by Michael. Doodle gets it past the defender. Whoa, Cool Kyle with a huge save. Alex looking for the counter play. but isn't able to get it. Bomb missing the ball, but getting a double demo on Galaxy. Alex taking a shot. Reiki not going to let that one go through. Reiki going to stick with it, bounce through a teammate and get the save. Alex taking
No.
another shot, but Reiki is too fast defensively. He is not going to get Braziled on stream. Absolutely no, sir. Alex is there. Reiki is as well. And Cool Kyle wants the Brazil, but it's not gonna happen. Pineapples taking their first win of the series. Woo!
Dude, Alex hit the most wide open net of all time. It hits it the one place that a diving defender could save the Brazil. I'm salty. But either way, I mean, 6-1 feels all the same at the end of the day in a situation where you need 3 in a row. So if they can replicate any of the offense that they had in this last game, going into game 4 and 5, what do you do with your Galaxy? Because they did not look good. It's straight up, they did not look good at all. There was a lot of double commits, a lot of times where they were on offense, and within 2 seconds, it was in their own net. So we'll see how they answer a completely change of pace from the Pineapples as we head to Forbidden Temple, and maybe we have a game 5 on the horizon.
Maybe we do. We will have to see how game number 4 goes. Will Pineapples be able to carry the tremendous amount of momentum that they generated in game number 3? Or will their match end right here, right now? Galaxy still on match point. So if they're able to turn it back on in this match, or in this game, the way that they did in game 1 and game 2, then they can end it all right here, right now, and walk away with the W. Pineapple's defense is holding on strong so far. Cool Cow getting it past 2, but can't get it through the 3rd. Reiki up to make the save, up to Doodle, falling off of the wall. Bomb trying to get in front of it. Cool Cow gonna make the catch. Cool Cow trying to take things slow, but the double commit coming out from the Pineapples. Doodle can't get it through. Bomb gonna 50 with him. Reiki gets it past 1 off the sidewall. Cool Kyle sending that one all the way down, and nobody from Galaxy back in time to make the save. 1 minute gone, and now Pineapple's up by 1.
I mean, what did I say, Psycho? Within 2 seconds of being on offense, it's in Galaxy's net. It makes no sense. But once again, a little overcommit comes through. Reiki can't take control of it. And a boomer comes through from Kyle. And a 1-0 lead. And a very well-earned 1-0 lead. After spending the whole game on defense, Galaxy has nothing to... or Pineapples had nothing to show for it. Until Michael finishes it off right here. That was all the pressure. They couldn't get a goal. And within 5 seconds of offense, they got a goal here. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can't make sense of it either, but it happened. And Michael showing up for his team. I don't want to speak ill, but I think that might have been his first goal of the night. Was that? Can you confirm that?
Actually, might have been. I think he had 1 goal in game 1. But I think that's all he's had.
Okay, bet. Well, Michael, I mean, showing us that he's still got something going on, Michael. But Reiki going to help him out. Reiki sticking with it. And we see Alex going to take control, gets it past 1. Michael there in the midfield, takes it down. Cool Kyle trying to stay with it. Reiki to take it away from him, but Bomb immediately sending it back as we ping pong back and forth. A little over 3 minutes left on the clock, and we're still tied at 1. Galaxy still up 2-1 in the series. Pineapples looking to take this win in game number 4 to force the game number 5 and hopefully pull down the W for themselves. Reiki sends it up. Doodle out of the corner. Reiki's there, but he can't get the angle. Michael missing his touch. Cool Kyle got time. Reiki gets back on him. Coming off the backboard, Alex is there. His touch is going to go a little bit wide out to the mid. Alex missing his touch. Reiki looking dangerous, but Cool Kyle gets it away from him.
Oh my god.
Cool Kyle making a huge stop as Michael tries to send that one through. Halfway through game number 4, Pepperoni. There's a lot of back and forth in this one. There's been a little bit in previous games, but this one seems to be going back and forth in the midfield a lot.
It sure does, and I think the big difference maker right now, as another save comes through, is the defense from the Pineapples. All these shots that were finding the back of the net in the early games are just not doing so anymore. And another overcommit comes through. If Kyle can get this bump, but Reiki makes the play. And I want to call it cool Kyle because we saw in, I think, game two, as third man wanders up too far and gives up a goal that kind of ended the game. And you can see just like 30 seconds ago, lost back 1v3, makes multiple saves. And that shows whenever they play their game and they play it correctly, this team is so good at their roles. And an incredible redirect by Bomb. Pineapples are looking good. And I'm willing to say it. If they get one more goal, this is probably over because their defense is not letting anything else right now.
Yeah, they have filled in all the cracks in their defensive wall from games 1 and 2. They have been just unseemingly unstoppable. They're not running away with game 4 like they did game number 3, but I think that's a testament to Galaxy, putting their serious pants on. They might have sort of underestimated what the Pineapples were capable of whenever they went into game number 3, and it just got away from them too quickly for them to be able to pull it back. But you can see that they're playing with a little bit more respect on the Pineapples game here as we enter into the final minute. We're still locked in at 1 point for both of these teams. And Reiki take it up the sidewall, trying to follow it. Bomb gonna get in front of him. Doodle getting bumped off. Alex is there, but he gets blocked by Michael. Reiki's looking for it. He's gonna find it. Good turn from him. 38 seconds left on the clock, putting Pineapples behind by 1.
Those were the plays that kept getting Galaxy scored when that third man just went a little too far, makes the risky challenge. That time, Michael gets the dunk, and it results in a goal. I mean, they had to change something. They were not finding the net, and finally they go a little over aggressive, and it pays off this time. And we'll see if Pineapples can get a counterattack because some whiffs coming through, but Reiki, he's in the air, and he has boost. Can't make the play. 30 seconds left to go. What can the Pineapples do?
Whatever they can do, they need to do it. They have 20 seconds to find the back of that net, or they walk home with the loss here tonight. And Alex's shot gonna bounce off of the post. The final 10 seconds, Doodle doing everything in his power to wind down the clock. Alex getting control, almost gets the flick. Reiki going to demo him the final second. Can the Pineapples keep it up? No. Galaxy gonna put it down and take the W in the last 45 seconds of that game. That was peak strategy.
Reiki just saying, no, sir, this game is over. This series is ours. And they're not letting this get to that game five where I had confidence in Pineapples taking the series. They're going to finish it right here on game four at Forbidden Temple. And that was a hell of a game compared to what we saw in the previous ones. Bunch of blowouts and then absolute like nail biter between these two teams that were very even, but didn't really show it in games 1 and 2 and 3. But game four, I wish every one of those games were like that because that was good performance for both teams, and a really painful loss for the Pineapples because they were really starting to heat up. You could feel it. End of the day, when Reiki's on, this Galaxy team is something else.
That's very true. I agree, man. I think if the Pineapples had been able to win game number 4, they would have. I think they would have been greased up to win game number 5 too. I think it would have been hard at that point for Galaxy to stop them. So it was good that for Galaxy that they were able to stop them in game number 4 and not allow them to force that game number 5. And hey, that's at the end of the day, that's what winning the first 2 games of the series is all about. Gives you that ability to sort of let one of these games go and not have to worry about it as much. That's exactly what they did, and they pulled down the W. Hats off to Galaxy. Congratulations to them. Appreciate all the players that showed up tonight, showing up and playing, showing us your skill. Fantastic performance from everybody. Unfortunately, there's always got to be a winner and a loser. Likewise, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for showing up for our first match of the night. We got 2 more matches coming to you tonight. Whenever we come back from break, we're going to be going to the Novice League where we have the 2-0 Aurora, so undefeated, going up against the also undefeated Kiwis. One of these two guys got to go home with a loss today, so you're going to see an undefeated streak end in the next match. Magic Pepperoni, I appreciate you joining me here in the booth, my man. It's always a pleasure casting with you.
It was fun. I wish we could have gotten that game five. We felt so close, but Galaxy was feeling it. So
Oh, and yeah, I agree, man. Those were dude, game 5 would have been so good because it was just really starting to heat up. But you know, Galaxy pulling it in. So that's what they do. And also, before we leave, real quick, on a small break, by the way, we're just going to take a quick break, but I want to do a couple of shout outs for, I'm going to mess this up. I'm so sorry. Balth, Balthier the 13th, subscribe for 1 month. Shout out to you. Thank you, sir. And a shout out to blessed_live1 who subscribed with Prime. Appreciate you as well. Good sir. Shout outs to both of y'all. Thanks everybody who showed up. Stick around. We're going to take a little break, probably about 6 or 7 minutes before we get back into that novice action. You don't want to miss it.